What's going on? Patrick Walford here with you, host of Rock the Walls, here out on the Warped Rewind at Sea in the idobi Remix Studio. Right now we are joined by a band. They're going to be dropping their brand new album, Wolves, coming up on December the 8th. If you were a part of the Pledge Music campaign, you get that album a week early on December the 1st. We are here with Vocalist of Story of the Year, Dan.
Yep.
Dan, how's everything going, man? Pretty crazy to be out on a boat. Is this first time for you as well?
First time cruise for me, and definitely the first time playing on a boat, and first time doing an interview staring at the Gulf of Mexico going by. And as we just were talking about how weird that is. Yeah, I need to hire you to tell people when the record's coming out, because you say it very good. It's like,
thanks, man.
New record, Wolves, coming out this day. And I'm always like, it's like December, fucking no. But yeah, I don't know if I can say bad words.
Yeah,
here.
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
But yeah, this is awesome. I'm having a great day. Great week and whatever. Yeah,
for sure. Now, actually, back on Friday, just before you guys were headed out on the cruise, you dropped a brand new song called Bang Bang.
Yes.
And I got to see it live for the first time, and obviously the first time you guys playing it and whatnot. I mean, for you guys, and just getting the opportunity to play, that new song and going into this brand new album, Wolves, kind of from the last one that you guys dropped in 2010. Where did you guys kind of all begin in terms of the writing and the recording and kind of deciding where you wanted to take it? I feel like that 2010 record was a record that was super underrated, and I think a lot of people in a lot of ways kind of overlooked it, you know what I mean? Whereas I thought it was some of the best stuff that you guys had ever written.
Yeah, the Constant was I think at that point we had been touring for Page Avenue came out in 2003, so we'd been on tour even a year before that came out and stuff, and then by 2010 it was kind of like 8 years of just straight steady touring.
Yeah.
And that record we put out and we loved it, but we didn't really we kind of wanted to take a break basically.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of made the label not want to work it very hard, and it just didn't do as well, So definitely some great songs that we love and we still play, but we needed to take a break just for a little bit, just to get our heads right about where this band is going. And so a few years went by and we started trying to make the new record, and then a couple more years went by and we're like, we're gonna keep making this record, and then eventually finally we started working really hard, and it was cool because we didn't, by the time, so much time had gone by that we just didn't care what the new record was gonna sound like. We had no plan of it's gotta be super heavy, it's gotta sound like this. We just started writing songs, and it was like, I like that. Okay, cool. Yeah. And me and Ryan, our guitar player, would send demos back and forth for a few months, and it was like, wow, okay. Bang Bang was kind of the first song that was like, oh, that sounds like Story of the Year. That's definitely going to go on the album. So after that, we kind of were like, cool, let's go with that, and then the rest of it just kind of followed. And it's different, but it's not. Bang Bang's a classic Story of the Year song. It's heavy and fast and big chorus, and it's that's stuff we're always known for. But a lot of the record's atmospheric and weird and different, and lyrically it's very personal and vulnerable and weird and awesome, and I'm very proud of it. I'm excited.
Awesome, man. Well, definitely can't wait to hear it. And just with that, after touring, nonstop for 7-8 years, and just kind of, taking a bit of a break from full-time touring. Obviously, you guys did headline Scream It Like You Mean It in 2013, played Page Avenue in its entirety, but how much of an adjustment was that for you, just in terms of, this band being kind of all that you had known within kind of your adult life, and that was, a full-time job, to kind of slow the pace down a little bit and be, living back at home in St. Louis, it was kind of like a full-time thing.
Yeah, that's very weird. That's weird for any touring band, I'm sure. I didn't know how to just live at home and be a normal person after 8 years of touring constantly. We would have a week or two off here and there, but that's a total adjustment. And then everybody in the band started having kids and becoming more like family guys, and then balancing that with trying to still do music and stuff. Part of the reason why the record took so long to come out, but it's still an ongoing what the fuck am I doing? What do I focus on today? Do I work on music? Do I hang out with my kids? Do I get a job? I don't know what the fuck I need to do ever. So that's a weird battle of being in a band. It's confusing.
Yeah, definitely, and just when you think about it too, and just the fact of you just kind of just getting to be at home and maybe looking at stuff kind of differently, writing and whatnot when you're out on the road so much. you know, just health, you know, kind of mentally, physically, you might feel drained and whatnot a lot of the time when you're going from writing one record into the next record after you've toured on it for, you know, 18, 20 months type deal.
Yeah.
It's pretty taxing. So I mean, for you, and just kind of being able to, you know, take your time and be able to kind of, you know, take a step back and look at it kind of subjectively just over the past couple of years and whatnot. Just what's that kind of been like for you, and how do you really feel it kind of helped shape this record just with the amount of time that you guys had on it?
Yeah, it's like kind of hinted on. It's awesome because yeah, we're not on a label now.
Yeah.
We did the 2 records with Epitaph, and the deal was up. So when we released our 10-year anniversary reworking CD in 2013, that was the first like independent release we'd ever done. So we had nobody pressuring us or questioning anything we did. So we just got to do exactly what we want, and I think that makes for like a more honest product, and I think it definitely turned out great in my mind, which, you know, every record, when you get done, you're like, it's fucking awesome, this is gonna be the best record we've ever done. But I really believe it this time, and yeah, it's cool to just have no pressure and write music because you love music and because you want to do it, rather than being like, okay, it's been this long, it's been a year and a half, we're done with touring, we have to make a record, have to get it out. To be done with that and just be relaxed and just be able to work at your own pace and put out a product you really love, it's awesome. It's great.
Yeah, for sure. And when you think about it too, just you know, within the past, if you guys were working with a producer and a label, whereas this time, you know, it's literally you guys, you know, in that producer chair and whatnot. Obviously, you got you know, somebody else to mix and master it. Someone who's done some records in the past from you guys and whatnot.
Well, we did hire Aaron Sprinkle to help us produce, and he came to St. Louis and worked through the songs and stuff with us, and then we did drums in Nashville, and then we hired Tom Lord Algie to mix half of it, and a guy named Jay Hall to do the rest of it. So yeah, we had input and help as well, but it was definitely like let's get the right people that are friends, and then people that are awesome and have the same vision, and have them tell us which one of our ideas are shitty and which ones are good, basically. That was Aaron Sprinkle's job. He did great. I mean, he did a lot of the programming and stuff too, and helped out with a lot of stuff. He definitely shaped the record in a way, but yeah, there was no pressure. It was just like we did a lot of it in my basement, in my studio at my house, and he just came up and like hung out for like 2 weeks at my house, and we just kind of worked, and it was fun.
Yeah, man, that's absolutely awesome. And just getting the opportunity, you know, for you guys, and you kind of touched base a little bit on it before about the fact that, you know, it's still a Story of the Year record at heart, but you guys do try a lot of different stuff on it and whatnot. Yeah. What are kind of some of those things? If you could, you know, kind of specifically mention tracks and what I know. Obviously, you've only heard one so far. I know the Pledge Music campaigns. They've also heard another single and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, just as far as that went for you, and just kind of deciding where it's going to go, and how also in the same way, you know, obviously the instrumentals and the lyrics kind of, you know, connect and kind of flow together.
Yeah, there's a song called I Swear I'm Okay that we did last night at the acoustic set, actually, for the first time. We'd never really played it. So, but the album version, it's probably one of the more different songs. It's just a lot poppier, kind of, but not poppy, I guess. It's like got this cool like Bon Jovi synth thing going on.
Nice.
That's the only way. I always hear Runaway by Bon Jovi whenever I listen to it. But it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, it's big. It just sounds really big, and it's got like this cool synth thing, and the lyrics are just dark and personal and weird. And my friend the other day was like, dude, like, this record's kind of weird and dark, man. Are you all right? And I was like, well, yeah, you know, you gotta get artistic, and it's metaphors. It's called Metaphors, man.
Yeah.
But that song is definitely like one of our favorites collectively as a band, and that will maybe be the next one we release to the public. I'm not sure. It's hard to figure out like what could possibly be singles and what people should hear. And yeah, there's a couple like just slower, like just atmospheric, weird, slow. I keep saying weird. Evidently, I think this record's weird. A couple like slower and atmospheric, awesome songs that we've never really tried before, like this kind of vibe. I can't remember what we named songs. What's the one? Something about, because we always have working titles and then we have real titles, so we're still like getting used to calling the new ones. I don't remember the new name, but Yeah, the last track on the album is like 7 minutes long, and we played that the other night as well. It's called Praying for Rain, and it's definitely a different vibe for us. It's like, it's tuned really low, and it's very Deftonesy.
Yeah.
That's always been one of our favorite bands, so it was cool to like kind of go into that world where it's just heavy and slow and just dark, you know. But then there's a lot of upbeat, just story of the year stuff on the record too. But it was really cool to just get out of our comfort zone and try some weird shit.
Yeah, for sure, man. Now, just as well for yourself, you also record bands and whatnot. Now, when you're off tour, you know, now that you guys aren't touring as much type deal, but just as well, any other stuff that you're also doing, and the other guys in the band. Well, what's kind of replaced kind of the touring thing for you guys 8-9 months of the year?
Yeah. That's a hard thing to like, you know, figure out what to do other than doing this thing you've done for 10 years or 15 years, you know. But yeah, I record bands at my house. I've been lucky enough to kind of slowly build a little studio in the basement over the years, and just a lot of local bands and stuff, people that, you know, like our band and want help with stuff, and I'm like, it's good to work with younger kids who don't have the success yet and tell them my wisdom.
Yeah.
Just be like, dude, well, we fucked this up, so don't do this. Don't do what we did. But yeah, I do that a little bit and bartend here and there and have jobs and do dumb shit when we're home, and then be rock and roll guy by night. But yeah, everybody's kind of doing little stuff, and we make it work. We've got to balance that. Like, I'm in a band, but I have a family, and I have to be a real human sometimes. And then you go on a cruise and get paid and get drunk for 4 days and be an asshole.
Yeah, man, completely. Now, for yourself, just being out on the ship here so far, who's been your favorite band to see, or maybe your favorite moment, you know, while being on the ship? I've noticed, you know, you guys are around mingling with everybody, you know, out there at the bars drinking beer. It's not as if you guys are just like, you know, hiding in your cabins and watching, you know, the Warp 2003 reruns or anything like that.
I have been watching that because we were on that year, and I'm like, holy shit, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have been very much just mingling with the people, and it's really cool because I feel like I know like half the people who are on the cruise now, just from, I'll see them every night, and they're like, hey man, good to see you, and it's like fans, but now I'm like, hey, what's up, where are you going later, what are you doing? We watched Good Charlotte the first night. That was awesome. I haven't got to watch a lot of bands because I feel like we're either like loading in or trying to eat and then playing a show and then sweating and then, but I'm gonna go see Face to Face and after this in a little bit. I think they played like 3 something. We watched the Aquabats last night. They were insane and hilarious.
Yeah.
I think my favorite moment was doing karaoke because somebody was like, hey, this kid's gonna do a Story of the Year song. You should like run up there and just hang out. And I was like, cool. So I was all drunk and I ran right in the front. I just stared at him while he was singing Until the Day I Die. And then he's like, I can't scream. He said that right before. So I just like ran up on the stage and screamed with him and then did the end of the song with him. And it was fucking awesome. There was like 200 people just loving it. So that was like my highlight, was the karaoke, you know? It's like, other than our sets, it's been amazing. Like everything's just so much fun. I love this place. It's great.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And just as far as plans coming up for you guys with the new record dropping at the beginning of December and whatnot, are you guys going to be trying to you know, do some album release shows, maybe some smaller touring and whatnot going into 2018?
Yeah, the record's come out in December, which was December 8th, as we said, but it was supposed to possibly be January, and then we wanted to push it back because we were just trying to get it out.
Yeah.
So we have a couple things booked in January, like as the official release shows, like a hometown thing. We're doing Chicago. We're trying to do New York and LA too. I don't know if we're going to do a full tour right then, but we're going to do a couple weeks around the U.S. We have some stuff in Australia booked that's not official yet, but it's we're working it out. So we're going to try to get back there, Japan, all that crazy stuff. Do the world again.
Awesome,
but yeah, we need to figure the U.S. stuff out though, because that's what people want to see. We don't ever do the U.S. We always do Australia and Japan.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know why. It's easier to make money outside of the U.S. You don't have to rent vans and buses, and it's so expensive to tour.
Yeah.
It's fucking impossible half the time. Everybody's like, come here, and I'm like, dude, I would love to, but we cannot make any money to come there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So we're trying. We are trying, and we will hopefully be in everybody's city this next year.
Oh yeah, man. Well, definitely can't wait for that. And who are some bands for you? You know, just over these past couple of years, I thought something that was really awesome and really cool about that Scream It Like You Mean It tour that you guys did in 2013. I mean, obviously, you know, you had Silverstein out there with you, but at the time too, you had a lot of up and coming bands like Moths to Flames, who are going to be releasing a new record actually next Friday.
Awesome.
Set It Off. You know, I Am King, Capture the Crown, who is now just known as Capture, and a couple other bands in there and whatnot. But for you, who are some newer bands that have kind of fallen on your radar just over this past little bit, where you're just like, damn, like this band is awesome and we would love to tour with them?
Yeah. I listen to a lot of older punk rock shit, like stuff that's kind of on Usual Warped Tour kind of stuff. But I'm wearing a Menzinger's shirt right now. I think they're amazing. That's I've seen them a bunch. Great band, just different, you know. It's just like different vibe, because it's not like super punk rock, but it's not super poppy and weird, and it's just a good balance of kind of everything I like. What else do I like nowadays? I don't know. It's usually I'll meet people first, like on a thing like this, and then if I like the dudes, I'll be like, I gotta check their band out, and then it's like a personal relationship with me. I have to like know the guys are cool, or else I can't really listen to bands, even like older bands that I love. If I meet them and they're like kind of dicks, I'm like, oh fuck, I don't really like that band anymore. And I just realized that recently, like, man, I really have to have like a personal connection with this band and know that they're not dicks. So that's how I find most stuff nowadays, and I'm really bad at remembering new bands on the spot. But yeah, if I meet anybody, be nice to me so I can like your band. Don't ruin it for me. And I do the same thing. Like I go out of my way to be extremely nice to anybody who, you know, I'm appreciative if somebody likes my band. So I don't see why everybody can't be like that. But yeah, I don't have any other good suggestions right now. Who else is cool right now? Oh, I mean, I guess nobody's new. You know, it's like, even if it's like new to most people, it's like they've been out for like 10 years. Like Teenage Bottle Rocket, it's one of my favorite bands now. I have another band called The Fuck Off and Dies, which is like a punk rock band. And we've met a lot of bands opening for a lot of bands, like a band called Pears. They're fucking awesome. They're relatively new. Those guys are fucking amazing. But it's all like more like faster, hardcore punk rock shit, and that's kind of all the stuff I like. But yeah, that's a couple decent ones.
Yeah, definitely, man, for sure. And just where anybody can go and pick up the record if they didn't donate to the Pledge Music campaign, where can they pick it up in terms of digitally, or if they want to pick up some physical copies of the record?
December 8th, it'll be everywhere on December 8th. You know, Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, I guess, all that shit. And then I don't know about physicals. I don't know if we're gonna try to get distribution into stores or anything. I think it's just gonna kind of be like website stuff, maybe like on our store, on our web store, which I don't know, we're redoing all that right now too. We are doing vinyl and stuff too, so we'll definitely have all that shit at the shows. And it's more of a streaming world now, you know, so we're not really concerned about that right now, although it's weird to say, like, who cares about the CDs, you know? That's so weird now. But yeah, it'll be everywhere. It'll be easy to find. It'll just, physical ones will be a little harder to find.
Hell yeah, man. Awesome. Well, Dan, thank you very much for joining me today in the Warped Rewind at Sea idobi Remix Studios, man. I really appreciate it for your time. Go and check out their brand new album, Wolves. As I mentioned, it's going to be dropping on December the 8th. If you donate to that Pledge Music campaign, you are going to get it a week early for being so damn awesome. So definitely go and check it out. And they will be out in the United States and all over the world in 2018, so catch them out there on that. Click subscribe below. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, and follow us on all our socials to stay tuned to all the other Warped Rewind at Sea interviews that we have coming up here on idobi. For Dan, I'm Patrick Walford, host of Rock the Walls here on idobi, and you can all have yourselves a great day.